Greetings, everyone. I give thanks for life, for the beauty that nature provides. And every day I get up, I might not connect with the outside world, but I have to find a way to connect to nature because it remains steadfast. Even when the weather changes, it still remains a beauty. Now, in this video, I want to tell you why I am more comfortable with the animals or with the trees. It's unfortunate because we are social beings, but people cannot be trusted, unfortunately. When you find people that you can trust, it is a blessing. And it's not hard to see who you can trust because when you open yourself and you share your life with these ones, they don't take advantage or abuse that access. For me, if we start a relationship, and when I say relationship, I mean some type of connection or association, I value that so much. I don't want to abuse it. And so sometimes my silence might be misunderstood if I don't reach out as much as I should. And I'm working on doing better with that. But when I value somebody, I give room for us to grow, to learn to each other's ways, and, for a better understanding, better communication. But these days, people, you cannot be too careful. The kinds of things that I see happening, it causes me to say, I'm happy I am the way I am. I'm skeptical, and I take my time to get to know people. Now, let me give you an example of why I don't trust people. Some years ago, I had this friend, and we're putting the word friend loosely. It was more of an associate. And her sister came to the country and asked for a reference letter because she was looking for work. They asked me to write a reference for them. I wrote the reference, and, they always ask me for advice on this or that. And I always made myself available to them. So after I wrote the reference for the younger sister and she got her job, I also wrote one for the sister who is my associate. And if they have any government documents to fill out, whatever it is that they needed to do, they have a court case and they need assistance with it, I'm the go-to person. After I did the reference for the younger sister, she was so appreciative. She got the job. When the person called me and I spoke on her behalf, she said the lady was very impressed. But shortly afterwards, I was at the bus stop going to work and I saw her and said hello to her. And her demeanor seemed different, but I never take these things personal because I think we all have our bad days. And me personally, sometimes I hide from people. I don't want to talk. So I thought it was just one of those days where she was very quiet. Fast forward years later, the older sister started saying stuff about her younger sister. And I would tell her I always, when it comes to family issues, I always try to be positive because they're emotionally charged and I have to maintain my composure. I have to make sure that, I am the voice of reason. And so as I was talking to the older sister about what was going on in their relationship, and she kept saying these negative things about her younger sister, I said to her, your family, try to work it out if it's possible. And she says, yeah, I was talking to her and I was telling her, I told, Jenny this or that or whatever. I said, why you gotta be calling my name in your business? Like why you telling her you told me these things that you did not tell me? Because what she was trying to do is to make her sister feel ashamed about whatever issues they were having. So she bring up my name. And then I found out that this woman actually told the girl I said things that I never said. Always being the person, as I told you guys before, when it comes to issue with relationships and stuff like that. I'm not about to go delve into people's business and change the course of their life. I don't like that. I just like to be a voice of reason. I like to be encouraging. I like it to be where when you work things out, when you get together, you can say, she never said anything bad about me or never pushed me to do anything that was negative. That's how I like to take things. I think taking that approach is far better than just coming out and saying things that destroy people, relationship. Let them work it out. She said things about that girl to me and then go back and tell the lady that I said things that I did not say. And so after that, I was very wary of her. I never said anything to the woman after I figured what she had done. And over time, I see the friend, and I never told her that I knew the lady lied on me. I just, know that eventually she will figure out her own sister. When I look and see what's going on in social media with individuals calling folks and videotaping or audio taping or whatever it is you call it, and then use it to say that they're exposing people, it is a very devilish thing. What I want to tell people that doesn't seem to understand the rules, it is illegal to obtain information from anybody by videotaping them or, doing the voice note business without them knowing. It is illegal. And you do have recourse if somebody hide and videotape you and then post it. You have legal recourse, and these kind of things must be stopped. But before that, though, you just have to get to the point where whatever you say to people, if it were to be on a housetop, that you wouldn't feel ashamed. That's the only way. That's not to say that you just have to walk around and be jaded and not trust anybody, and that's a good thing. It's not really a good thing to live your life that way, but it's protective. Sometimes when I come out and I do warnings to people, I see it in my dream, literally. I am still afraid to come out and say some things that I see in my vision. And what I'm grateful for is that when I'm pushed to do these videos, the spirits never leave me ashamed. I'm going to warn you guys. I'm going to tell you, anything that you would be ashamed of, don't share. Anything you feel would cause you to be embarrassed or cause you to have a rift between you and someone else, just don't share it. Talk to the wall. See, yesterday I was saying, people were talking to the ceiling and they're talking to the ground and to the wall. Maybe it's better to do that than to talk to people these days, because I don't know. Jamaica used to be such a beautiful place. The place is still beautiful, but the nature of the people are scary. Now, there's another lady who set out on this journey to do awesome work and to help the poor people. And I'm not saying her name because I've heard her say, don't say my name before, but I'm a fair person. And even if I think someone does something that is not right and I speak on it, I never lose sight of the good that they do. Now, this lady, I want to say to her, you had a dream, and your dream is now manifested, where you're going on a journey with another female and you get to a bridge, and somehow she lure you to go on the bridge and promised to go with you, and she didn't. She waited to see what was going to happen to you. And while you're on this bridge, this swinging bridge, feeling so terrified, you called out to your creator, and a hand came and plucked you off that dangerous path and put you on your road. When you get to the house where you were going to feed the poor, you saw an old man outside, and he told you he was hungry, and you wanted to go get his food inside, but it was dark and you were afraid of the darkness. When you went inside, the lights came on And when you came out to feed him, he disappeared. Now, I wanted to do that prediction or that interpretation for so long, but I don't want to be insulted. So I just kept my cool. I don't want to hear, who are you to tell me the meaning of my dream? But here it is. Now you're finding out that the one that was on the journey with you, that meant you no good, was indeed presenting a kind of threat to your safety. And so you had to go alone. There are times when you're going to have to do things alone because this was meant for you. This mission, this, you know, mandate was given to you, and you have done an amazing job with it. Separate and apart from the fact when you get frustrated and you just can't handle all the hate, you have done an amazing job, and no one can deny it. What you have done in Jamaica, no one else will ever do. They might do something nice or something good, but what you've done, no one can second that. And so the enemies that are presenting themselves to you, you were warned in your dream, but you perhaps didn't quite understand it. But you went to the old man. You were afraid to go in the darkness. And that's because you're surrounded by dark energies. That's why you had that dream. And as you enter this space, the lights came on. That just means that regardless of what you're going through, no matter how dangerous the path seem or darkness surrounding you, that you would have been given the necessary light to help you see or guide your path. That dream was so powerful. I never forgot it. I could never forget it. And I was just looking to see how it was going to manifest. You passed that test when you put aside your fears and went in to get the food to feed the man. You stayed on your path. When you came out, he disappeared. Pretty much like that story in the Bible where the woman was told by the Christ that he was coming to her house, and he came in different forms, and she turned him away. And then when she saw him and asked him, why didn't you come? He said, I came, but you received me not. So the old man in the dream was the creator, and he was testing you, and you passed the test. All the attacks that are coming at you, understand that when you are holding, this precious gift, others are going to try to take it from you. And that's what's happening. People are hating on somebody who's done goodness to other people. People hating on persons because of the possibility of them gaining something from their hard labor. I just never get that. I don't understand it. These individuals who are hiding and taping people behind their back, they're demons. The devil is attached to them, and the devil is using them. And when we say devil, the spirit of the devil that exists in these ones, their job is to interrupt purpose. And so, woman, it is very clear that anything you put your hand to becomes golden. You have the Midas touch. People are going to be angry, but they don't realize that if they look at you and try to take a page from your book, they would at least know that they too could be blessed. They could look at your life and say, wow, she's prospering, but it's out of selflessness. She used her opportunity, used her phone, and bless other people. Therefore, she must be blessed. If we stop being so hateful, being so conniving, the energy we use to try to trap other persons, if we use that to do good in our own life, imagine how far we can go. What I'm seeing in Jamaica right now, it's a big turn off. What I'm seeing in our community and the energy that exists in our spaces, oh my goodness, it's very, very, very scary. But anyway, lady, continue doing what you're going to do. The levels are going to get higher and higher, even as theirs get lower and lower.